Hello again, this is Karishkur again, and another match that I want to show you is a very contested type of match. It's against Rus, because many people say, especially on Reddit, that Rus is an OP civilization against Mongols, and I find it to be quite a bold statement, and this is what I believe. I believe people are bashing me for no reason when I say that the Horseman Rush is sometimes much more effective than the Spearman Rush. Hear me out. It is much more effective than the Spearman Rush with the Tower Rush. Period. There is nothing else to add, and yeah, I can understand the usefulness of the Tower Rush and yada yada yada, but it doesn't work for any Civ matchups. And the best thing you can do against Rus, which is a civilization of cavalry, isn't it? Let me just check learn here. Learn. If I click on Rus, does it say cavalry? It does. So what do you do when you face a cavalry civilization? Precisely, you do cavalry. So I also have a book in on the left, and I would like to share my the knowledge written in this book. It is a Byzantine handbook about military strategies, and it says, if you are facing an opponent from another culture, another civilization, the best thing you can do is to mimic his unit composition. So let me get back to the point. If you want to fight against the Rus, you have to go for cavalry as early as possible. This is why the Horseman Rush is the most efficient type of strategy when you're playing against the Rus. I'm not going to cover the entire game on normal speed. We're going to speed up and see how this game turned out, but as you can see, I have been ahead of my opponent until h3, and we've had moments of similarities. I was ahead most of the game, but still it was a very tough game. So it is possible. It is very possible. So let's start. Let's start. I'm sometimes moving between my one screen and the other screen. So the military handbook of the Byzantine Empire states that if you're facing another army of another culture with different types of unit compositions, with different type of military units, you have to try to mimic your opponents as much as possible. So this is one principle in military strategies, which you can even follow in this game because it applies very well. So, Horseman Rush, and we'll see if it works, right? So, this time I'm not playing against a platinum player. I'm diamond, he is diamond, so we're pretty even. We're playing against 5 mal Viereck, 5 times square, and he has already started with getting his hunt. How much gold does he have? He has 170 gold. So now, according to other players, the best thing you can do is kind of pump out units, or maybe scouts, or maybe scouts from the town center to kill all the other deer, so he doesn't get to 200. Oh well, he's going for a wolf. What does it mean? It means he will get. Let's see how much he gets. I kind of forgot how much he gets. 25. You can't do anything. You can't do anything against the bounty mechanism of the Rus. You have to gather sheep. You have to stick to your plan, to your strategy. It really makes no sense to try to out bounty the Rus. Very close. As you can see, they already have three scouts. minute 2. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Why am I taking so much? I think in these situations every second counts. By the time I'm doing this, it doesn't even make sense anymore. As you can see, I'm not even bothering with all the deer, because I need to bring my con back and follow the horsemen. This is my mission. I cannot afford to waste time on this. And I'm wasting time on this. But really, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm kind of contradicting myself from what I'm saying and what I'm actually doing, but see, I'm making a mistake, because at the same time he's building the Kremlin. If I had, first of all, created the horsemen much earlier, second of all, if I had not cared about the bounty, everything would have been nice. I could have taken the Kremlin, so denying his second age. Then, still, even in this situation where I was so slow, I still managed to reach the Kremlin. See, this is a trap. Don't do this. Just leave them. Leave the deer. Okay, I killed the villager. The scout is watching what is happening. Don't follow the scout when you see that the Kremlin is going up. Okay. Get out of range, and that's all you can do for now. Meanwhile, those who are familiar with my strategies, you already know that I have 5 on the deer stones. I'm putting 9 on food, 2 on gold, and the rest will go to wood until I have 6. Now I'm scouting out his stone mine. And this is what I'm going for. Another tip is go for a third horseman. Okay, I might be exaggerating, but as you can see, it's very plausible. It makes so much sense. Don't forget, you have 2 windows where you can delay the Rus. You have 2 windows. First is delaying and punishing a forward Kremlin. Second is delaying the stone. Just taking him off the stone mine is what you should do. Okay, he would go for stable, but this forces him to make an early night, which is okay. But this means he can contest his stone, which is normal to happen, so don't worry about it. He will collect the stone, but at this point you have already delayed it by quite a lot. Just run away. You cannot fight it. They can only go for Keshik at this point. Still, even with the horseman, I managed to slow him down a little bit. I think I'm going some kamikaze here. I'm like really going kamikaze. which is pretty cool, honestly. I mean, I kind of delayed him. I killed 2 villagers. So what we're talking about, he has 22, I have 26. So just think about this. Okay, he will get his stone. How much does he need? 350, okay. And now I have 2 Keshik, I have the Khan, I have 1 super wounded horseman, which I'm going to sacrifice, but not for now. I think this is undelayable, honestly. It's not, no. Nothing is undelayable if you work hard enough. Okay. He has 21, I have 28. Check out this advantage. So this advantage that I have created by killing 1 villager that was building on the craft, by killing 4 villagers here and here, I have created quite a big advantage. And he's trying to kill this horseman that has 5 HP left, and every time he does so, he loses a quarter of his HP on his knight, which is pretty precious because he doesn't have gold now. He created another stable, but I think to no avail because he needs to go on gold first, and 100 gold is not very cheap at the same time. Oh, okay. He will know about my trade. No secret. There is no secret in this. I know about your second town center. You can know about my gold. And a rule of thumb: every time a scout attacks one of my buildings, I will protect that building because I know at one point something will follow. So I'm preparing, and this is a very vulnerable. This is a very vulnerable spot. This is a very vulnerable spot, which needs to be protected at all costs. Okay, I'm chasing the scout, but I didn't see the knight. Which is okay. I did see the knight, yeah, but I didn't care because I knew I had the tower. Only now the horseman died. He took a blow of 7 arrows. It's also cool to look at your opponent's perspective to see what he is seeing and what kind of spots are vulnerable. But I think it's not very hard to anticipate that if you throw a market here, a gur on the deer, a tower, that this is a vulnerable spot. But I think an opponent who is trying once, twice, or 3 times to attack one spot and doesn't succeed will eventually give up. I deny him many resources from many times. 37, 41. I'm still at an advantage. And this is where we're going to fight so many times. This spot right here is a spot, the favorite spot of archaeologists. This spot right here. Okay, let's go back to my perspective. I don't know why I'm collecting so much wood. I had no clue what I was doing. It looks like I'm sacrificing units, but I can assure you, everything is okay. Mangudai are so slow. Always be careful. Oh, okay. By the way, this game is not fresh, so I have played this game maybe 1 week ago, so I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure what happened, so I'm actually surprised that the things that were happening throughout this match. And that's why I even forgot about this small raiding unit. Will this trader make it? Type in the comments if yes. Ah, you made it. This is so fun. I'm really curious if on the other side of the connection, if the opponent is actually getting frustrated by such little things. Anyway, let's get back to the current situation. I have balanced out my resources. I am producing units. He has quite a few archers and knights. So I'm not switching. Apparently, I'm not switching to spearmen. Although it could have been a good idea. Although spearmen are very vulnerable because of the archers, so I'm still considering, okay, does it make sense to get spearmen in such situations? He is coming to my base, and I want to see it from his perspective. I have 3 armies scattered around the map. And it's very hard to go from this side over to this side. First because of the tower here, and second because of the town centers. So I think he's not in a very happy spot yet. I have cornered him, like, in a very ugly way. From 3 sides. Oh, this cash is such a slow. Okay. Every unit is coming back to the fight. He's going for the vulnerable Keshik. I think that was a good idea from him. And just throwing the whistling arrow, only at this point. And I have won this battle without too many casualties. It would be cool if the carcasses of the bodies would lay a little longer in the field on the map, because then it would be very nice to see and to count the casualties. That would be a very cool thing. Maybe one of the features that I would enjoy a lot in this game. Yep. It's not very good to gather, to garrison your military units and not your villagers, in my opinion. Let's get back to the map. I'm going on to pastures, and I do have quite a lot of pastures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 traders only. I could have went for more. Maybe even moved this market here to this side. I wasn't focused too much on trade, which was a mistake in my opinion. I'm going for a second town center soon, because I figured that he has made a solid base. He has made a solid base, and it really felt like I couldn't do anything to defeat him. I had to dive. I had to lose units, I had to do risky maneuvers, like this one, because I was very close to this wall. Mangudai doing some good damage here. He's sending raiders, which is also cool. I'm not giving up. So when I'm retreating, I'm not retreating. I'm actually going to the next spot where I can put them. I could have went around following these villagers. And I kind of had some casualties here. This kind of army needs some reinforcements. By the way, I already saw this one during the match, so I was pretty okay with him being here. I think he didn't move them for 1 minute. At the same time, I'm trying to breach the walls, but the Rus walls are pretty good. Trying to give up some Keshik, maybe get some bounty out of this, because 25 gold, 25 food is not bad. Why not? So I'm preparing to go for the second town center, which I will place here. So this is why I took so long in Feudal Age. Besides, we had lots of feudal skirmishes. I think there isn't much happening around here. And the Kremlin is very powerful. 1, 2, 3 units just laying around, all due to the Kremlin. Okay, this was... Oh yeah, okay. This wasn't... Oh, okay, he actually did something with these units. And the militia is actually a very good decoy, so it kind of keeps the army busy, so you can either face them or run away. It's your choice. Maybe it's better to run away from the militia. As you can see, not much about these skirmishes has changed. And realistically speaking, there wasn't much that I could do. Okay, I could have done some battering rams, but this meant to go for archers, maybe create around 10 archers, get the research, invest around 400 wood, only in the rams and in the research. I didn't feel like it. And I think this is where I'm going to fight. I wouldn't risk going around here, around the corner. These charges are dangerous. If you do not spot them at the right time, they can be very dangerous because you lose quite a lot of health, which means that another charge could kill 2, 3, 4 of your units. I thought, okay, I could risk it, but I decided no, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. I felt at this point that this base was impenetrable at this stage of the game. Moving all my pastures from this guy to this one. Slowly reorganizing them, creating a fort around here. 23 villagers, 15 in the towers, 20 in the towers, 7 here. Yeah, that's quite a good number. So it's always good to have enough towers for all your villagers in case something happens. Maybe even an extra tower. And for some reason I noticed that these pastures have a hard time placing themselves, but yeah, if you have the patience to do this, just find a good moment to place your pastures around the Uvo. Now the relic game begins. After so many skirmishes, it's good to bring your units back to heal. I have upgraded my Mangudai, I have upgraded my my knights. I'm first going for the balanced projectiles, improved wheelbarrow, which is questionable. I have discussed about this before. I mean, the +4 carry capacity doesn't really matter that much because you are placing your villagers close to the resources and the drop-off point anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I still went for it. Why not? I could have actually went for something else. Maybe this one. Okay, so it's extra 20%. So from 33 it means 53. It's quite. I feel like this is very good. I feel like this is something to get. 53%. I wonder what that means. That means that the Mangudai is not created in 30 seconds. Let's check how much it changes when military academy is finished, right? Let's see. From 30 to how much? And 30 also 40. What else? 50. So 30 to 23, 8, 11, okay. I think with this, it means extra 20%, 50%, that means, I think this would be 15, or is it? Maybe 15? I'm not very sure. So how much is 50% from 30? 50% from 30 is 15, so it decreases it by 15. So I guess it would be 15. Although even this doesn't feel as much as promised, in my opinion. But yeah, still much better. Very good research. As you can see, charge and Mangudai attack, doing damage, but very dangerous. And the Mangudai is moving like this, is so annoying. I don't know how much he lost, but the archer numbers and the crossbowman numbers is pretty scary. Deer, collecting resources from different points of the map. I felt I had no other option. I'm getting extra resources. And by the way, these skirmishes, just like this one that I have done before, are very good to test the mettle of your opponent, to see how well your units are doing against his units. So in case you need it, you know what to upgrade. He's only now getting his first upgrades to veteran horseman. Does he have horseman? He has only one horseman as far as I can see, so I don't understand why he's getting a knight. He has not upgraded his knight. Or? Yeah, he did. Okay, he is preparing to attack me. I started to mix in spearmen. Only now. I'm moving back. Although I do have more damage than him, I still feel that. Also, maybe I could have taken the stones to create some space on my units. I'm using him. Although we left with mostly Mangudai. He's still pumping knights. I can already see the villagers, what awaits me if I win this fight, so I decided to keep on pushing. And now the fight is in my favor. Although I'm left with Mangudai, it's still very good outcome. And I started to attack this. And this also evens out the economy. If I find the chance to kill villagers, so I want to be on the I have so many resources and I'm not producing. And I think I noticed what? I have 6,000 resources in my bank, and I pressed F1 and I started queuing units like crazy because I realized that I need to make a mixed army composition in this situation. It was pretty tough. And still, I have to give 5 Mal Viereck credits because he was playing super well. He was standing his ground nicely. I like that. I like it when I'm facing challenging opponents. I like it. It's because opponents that give you a hard time are good opponents because you're thinking, you're in the game, and that's it. That's pretty good. Upgrading some towers and of course the trade is working. And he's going for the good. And this is what I don't. And I don't know, how did you decide to go all the way for this? This is why you have to have upgraded outposts. Maybe just a few arrow slits, and that's all. Just passing through. No problem. Okay, yeah. Defense arrow. Dirty. I got some good. And still attacking. Another Mangonel. So the Mangonel is key. They have so much gold. Or the massive effect. The problem is you need to spend a lot with units. I was close to saving that one, but there goes the Mangonel. And he's building the keep. I didn't even notice what was happening. How many traders do I have? I think I have maybe 10 to 12. So close to the team to get some extra resources. How much are the traders getting? 22, not much, so they are just there. By this point, my mission was to take them off this gold. Mangudai, in my opinion, are doing a very good job, and together with human advance that I have. Speed arrow. Mangudai wants human, we can't. It's okay, not bad. But the incoming horsemen, the incoming knights, that was just too much at that moment. Many resources in the bank, not producing anything. Mistake. Again, he's going for the Mangonels. See, I'm trying to save them. should have just kept the Mangudai and raided his base. I think this was my mistake. Not going for his base with the Mangudai, because the Mangudai would have directed to his base. At the same time, it's good to focus on production buildings as well. And this distraction came at the right time. I had 4 relics already. This is going to go like this for a long time. The militia killed all my Mongols. So the militia is very dangerous. Especially now at this point it seems that they have 5 extra damage, so in Castlade they're getting more and more dangerous. As the ages pass, they're stronger and stronger, it seems. With this stone I could have upgraded more outposts. And I'm going for the even if it costs me this front line. As you can see, this is just a back and forth with no possibility to raid. I had the possibility earlier to raid with the Mangudai, but this is just standing the ground. Now at this stage, I'm just standing my ground. And there is nothing else to do but pump out units from the many resources that I have. I'm not pumping enough units, I don't have enough production buildings. My mistake. Old mistake that I am making. I'm going for traps because I want the production buildings gone. And I'm going for the white spot. Because I want those upgrades. Even with the white stupa I have so many resources banked up. I think at one point I think he realized that it's impossible to penetrate this one. So this is what I'm saying. It's very hard for him to raid. It's also very hard for me to raid, except if I go with some Mangudai or archers here. Okay, I'm going to, but not before I hit this archer. Yeah, this is where I see the advantage for myself. Mangonels can turn the tide of the game so easily. Against these infantry units. To my surprise, the trebuchets, pardon me, the trebuchets were doing very well against these units. And I was very surprised. And then I read somewhere that there is a research, but I think for English, for another civilization, which increases the splash damage of the trebuchets, but I'm not sure. The Mongols doesn't seem to have this research. I'm improving my Mangonels as well. Just trying to get my seats, but at the same time I still have quite a lot of good units because I have 50 crossbow. So he built a small tower, which means I will start throwing rocks into the tower. But now he's talking about the crossbow that can be copied. Not so favorable for the Mongols because the spreads are just another point that the Rus sell. When they can get stealthy, it's very good for the Rus. Not producing enough. Now I realize what I have to do. I also have to. I could have taken trebuchets to attack the spreads. Maybe at this point it's just Control A attack mode and whatever it is hits. And I could have killed In order to counter the strategy, I decided to go for more archers, but as you can see, I'm low on military. He has double the numbers. So I decided to do it for a bit, and then I realized, okay, it's so important to use military units. It's kind of difficult. I'm low on gold. Oh, at one point he actually came with his villagers on this gold mine, but I quickly built 4 towers, and I think this corner here was the key to victory, because in denying him this gold patch and this gold patch, I left him without gold. So at this point, he has no gold. So if games go for as long as this game went, then I think it's essential to try to deny your opponent's gold and try to hold as much as you can until they start creating trash units and those trash units and I think the problem and the issue that contributes to games taking so long is not producing enough units and just having the bare minimum to survive when you are in your base with so many resources. So I think this is one of the key points, and very important and so easily overlooked, is to create enough units. And yeah, this was it. I actually wanted to show the beginning of the game, which was the first 10 to 15 minutes, because I like the early feudal fights, the mid feudal fights, the early castle fights, and I think these are also very important. But also Imperial Age is one of the things that is super interesting. Not many games go this far to Imperial Age, so I think this is one of the first games where I played with my opponent until Imperial Age, and we had so many clashes and so many standoffs with these armies and counters of counters and siege units and defensive units and towers in the base. So in my opinion, it was a pretty cool match. So if you watched all the way, all these 47 minutes, 48 minutes, then cheers to that. That's pretty cool of you. And if you found this video to be useful, if you find my matchups to be useful and the way in which I comment, then yeah, let me know. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos, and if you also have suggestions, I'm super open to that. I have received interesting comments. I like to respond to all the comments. I don't have many subscribers, but I appreciate you guys who are watching my videos and digging this channel. I also like doing these kinds of videos, and yeah, thanks for that. Cheers, and see you in the next game.